it all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. Come on now. We will win. We are the best on the field. And we hit the field like all day like all night like on the blue light, offense like, defense like, this squad like, house call like, and it sound like, and it sound like, and it sound like.
Yeah.
It's official. It's official. It's official.
Combine season is upon us.
I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
Try it.
Forever. Forever. I'ma do this here forever.
Manning throws. It is deflected and intercepted. Jimmy Smith has it. He's going in for a touchdown.
All you haters better be gone. This is the day you've been waiting on.
The biggest one was over the week, and that's why we're moving the show back to Mondays, because we need to get on top of this a lot sooner. The Los Angeles Rams officials will meet with both Cal quarterback Jared Goff and North Dakota State quarterback Carson Wentz ahead of the NFL draft, which is just coming up. Oh, we're good. What? Let's see. What? 2 days in a week? Man, it's whew, it feels good. It feels good. The NFL draft is almost here. Now, of course, the Rams acquired the number 1 overall selection from the Tennessee Titans in a big trade on Thursday, of course, after the show. And some sources are saying that the Rams are leaning towards Goff. But they don't know yet. They just don't know yet. Because remember, it doesn't have to be a big deal for them. They can just go ahead and even sign the quarterback or the player right now. If they made the decision and say, all right, we're going to draft you first overall, here's the contract. They can sign him then, get it done with, and then draft. It's happened before. Now, of course, Tennessee, they get King's ransom. They got it. They got exactly what John Robinson wanted, the general manager of the Tennessee Titans. They got exactly that, and it was a great trade for the Titans. Not so great trade for the Rams. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, Rams head coach Jeff Fisher said Thursday that the team had already done private workouts for both players. Quote, "We were the first ones in. We're familiar with both of them, in addition to those other prospects on the roster. So the skill sets are different. The personalities are different. The background is different. The competition is different. And that's what makes this such a challenge," end quote. Now, who should the Rams select? Would you go with Goff? Would you go with Wentz? I personally would have never made this trade if I was the Rams. Now, I've talked about it. I am a fan of Case Keenum. I really think this guy can be the quarterback. I don't think Houston should have ever let him go. I think Houston would have been better off with him. And Case Keenum can lead this. And it knocks him down a little bit because the Rams said just a couple months ago that Case Keenum is our number 1 quarterback. He is our guy. Despite the fact you had Nick Foles on the team, you have Sean Mannion, who's already a guy you drafted last year. Who has a big arm. That guy can sling it. Just obviously has to learn the NFL game and change it up a bit. But that guy knows what he's doing. I would have kept this unless the Rams are just sold on Larry Tunsil, which I doubt you trade all of that for an offensive lineman, or you're sold on Jalen Ramsey, who is the number 1, top defensive back, unless you're sold on him, which I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if I'm the only one that's thought of this. I know I haven't seen anybody make an article or talk about it on the show or whatever that said the Rams might be interested in Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you think about it. They lost Jenkins in free agency. So why not have someone who can set that defensive backfield and make it an absolute force? You already have the defensive line. You can get some linebackers in this draft. Get that defensive backfield set up so that way you have that complete defense that you've been looking for a while. I mean, the NFC West, you only have the Cardinals and you only have the Seattle Seahawks as offensives. You know the 49ers are going to be garbage on offense. I don't like this trade if I'm a Rams fan. Whether this was because they're in the LA, so they had to make a splash or whatever, I don't like it. And no disrespect to Jared Goff or Carson Wentz. It's just the Rams should not be the team to do this. They should not have been the team to give up all those picks for something they could easily crash and burn with. So my question to you guys is, who would you go? Would you go Goff? Would you go Carson Wentz? Since the Rams are in this position and they can't obviously get out of it, I mean, you can't trade. You're not going to get back what you traded for or what you gave away. So, I mean, it's not going to happen. If there is I doubt there's a deal for number one again. I know I've heard a small talk about that, but I just wipe that. Throw that away. Throw that away. Forget I even said that. That was just stupid. It's not going to happen. So what would you take? Would you take Goff? Would you take Wentz? If you're the Rams, you're stuck with it. If you pick those two players, I don't know. It's tough. Jared Goff has the bigger arm, or maybe not the bigger arm, but definitely throws in a spread, but somewhat pro style as well. California just runs a little bit differently. Wentz, another guy who has a tough arm, is a big body guy, but played a couple years. This year obviously got hurt. I don't know. This is too tough for me. I mean, if you think about it, if we take this all the way back to last season, if we take this back to last year, exactly 365 days ago, before the NFL draft of last season, would we have ever thought that Jared Goff and or Carson Wentz would be the top two quarterbacks who might go number one in 2016? I don't think so. I think we would have thought of the bigger names with the bigger schools. Maybe Dak Prescott takes the big jump. Maybe Cody Kessler finished his senior year out strong. I think there are other guys we would have thought much ahead of Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. This is where we got. I'm afraid. I don't know if any of these quarterbacks could actually do it. And if you're the Rams, I mean, what do? You have Nick Foles on roster. Do you end up saying, we'll keep him? You could possibly trade him, maybe get one of your second or third or fourth round picks out of it. What do you do with that? Do you trade Case Keenum maybe? I don't know. I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to even take a pick on this because it's tough either way. I take Jalen Ramsey. If I'm the Rams, screw it. Shock everyone. Shock everyone. Not my fault you made a stupid trade. Not my fault at all. But that's what I do. Let me know in the comment section what you guys would do. Would you select Jared Goff or Carson Wentz if you're the Rams? Or do you shock everyone and you take Jalen Ramsey to help your defense out even more? What do you do there?